All right, hi guys. This is Ken Blumberg with Making Probate Easy. This was a follow-up call on one of the calls that I already have on the channel. It is called Live Cold Call. Watch how sharing stories and rapport changes the way you connect. So if you haven't watched that video yet, go ahead and watch that. I'm going to link it at the end of this video. This was a wonderful call. Jennifer tells me in the call that she has received many calls. I think she said thousands of calls. She said though she felt the most comfortable with me and that I was the most sincere, and I feel really touched and privileged that she felt that way, and I'm so glad I was able to make her feel that way. As I've said, going deep is the most important thing when you're connecting with people. Most people tell you you want to go wide and make a ton of calls. I really disagree with that. I feel like if you make fewer calls and you make a deeper connection, you will skyrocket your success in probate. And this is a living example. And mind you, this is not even a call that I had followed up with because I was away in the Philippines diving with whale sharks and Cebu, and diving World War II ships. That's all due because I'm able to build rapport with the clients I talk to, and live an amazing life and travel the world and do what I really love. So I'm so grateful. Guys, watch this video. You're going to love it. You're going to get a ton of information out of it. And this is what it looks like when somebody trusts you and really wants to work with you specifically. All right, guys. Main lesson in probate is nothing is for free. So if you get value out of this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and start building the life that you want to live by building rapport with your clients. All right, I'll see you soon.
This is Jennifer.
Yeah, hi Jennifer, it's Ken Blumberg.
Hi there, how are you?
Hey, doing well. How was your holiday?
It was busy, but it was good. It was good. How about you?
Really good. I was in the Philippines actually for about 10 days.
Just doing something fun or doing some work out there?
No, I'm a diver, scuba diver.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I got to dive 3 really big ships, World War II Japanese ships of different varieties that got sunk by the United States.
That's an interesting hobby to get into.
Yeah, well, the ships kind of take it to another level. I mean, but I love scuba diving. Yeah, it's kind of like being in outer space. So it's
That's interesting. That's wild.
Yeah. It really is, but it's very enjoyable. I mean, just to have that feeling of weightlessness, or as close to most of us will ever experience.
I've never done that, but it's on my to-do list.
All right. Well, I mean, not that I advise this, but my cousin and I went down there. He had never dove before, and he got in the water. Basically, they gave him like 5-minute lesson, which they wouldn't allow in the States.
Sure.
And he got in the water, and we dove with whale sharks they're probably about 25 feet long, maybe bigger, but around 25. I think they're like 20 tons or something. They're they're
massive.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing, he was like, yeah, whatever. Like as that happens like every day, he's like 40 I'm just like, okay, have you been that desensitized by social media that?
That you just think it's all normal.
Yeah, like this is not a phenomenal. We just flew across the planet, and yeah, we have tanks on. We're 30 feet under the water, and you're looking up and seeing these enormous whale sharks, and you're like, yeah, no big deal. but I guess
My mom.
yeah, but I guess I gave him the also the calm to go do that, having never dove before. So anyway. Hey, so thank you for asking me. How is your son, by the way?
So far so good. We're still fighting the good fight, but we were able to be home for Christmas, and his last labs came back really good. So 5 more months, hopefully. 5 more months. It's been a long. It's a 2.5-year treatment plan. So
Wow. Yeah.
it's been a really long. Lots of procedures, lots of chemo. But he's so resilient. Being 5, his birthday's next month, so he'll be 6. But
amazing.
They're so resilient at this age. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I've seen him handle more challenges than I've seen adults be able to handle well. So.
Well, and so I don't know, something about resilience. Sometimes you just never know why somebody has it and somebody doesn't.
It's crazy.
But it is, yeah. I mean, I think that's as I get older and as I see people sort of fade. Like people that I used to like kind of respect or admire, and now I'm just like, what are you doing with yourself? Resilience, yeah, I would say is one of the most important things. So I'm glad he has it, and I'm glad you're able to, help him have that resilience. I'm sure he's gotten that from you.
He's a fighter. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
But thank you for asking. Yeah, we're just doing everything we can on our end to keep him happy and keep him healthy.
Yeah, that's amazing. No, I know. I mean, I could tell how much you love your son, and again, I know what you're going through, so I wanted to ask and make sure, or with my fingers crossed that everything was okay. So I'm glad it is.
Yes, me too.
All right, sorry. Yeah, hopefully I didn't get you emotional. I'm getting a little emotional.
No. I think after doing this for 19 months, I'm almost a little desensitized.
Yeah.
Sounds really terrible, but
no. I mean, I think something like that you kind of need to, for his sake.
Yes.
Kind of always got to put on that brave face, and yeah. I mean, so I'm glad you are able to, just go with it and be desensitized, so you can show him that, that kind of stoicism and strength that he probably needs.
I think that's kind of just the story of my life. I grew up with a really rough childhood, and then, as soon as you think things like normal out, you have the right picket fence and all the right things, something else just kind of comes in and tries to knock you down. You just gotta keep fighting, and life's too short to not do what you want, not live the way you want. So. Yeah,
I agree. And again, I was trying to tell my cousin that he's very nihilistic. He's like, yeah, whatever. And I was like, and he's complaining about the airlines and politics and this and that. And I agree with him. But I'm like, okay, but it's still at the end of the day a privilege, even though all this.
It's a privilege to be able to complain.
Right. And
you don't even get to see that stuff when you're, in Russia.
Right. I mean, all the challenges, it's a privilege to experience them. I mean, obviously the good times, they make them that much better, but, it's all, when you really get down to it, it's all a privilege to be able to experience, so.
I agree.
Yeah.
100% on board.
So, but, all right, but I guess, to switch to the real estate, I know you said you were kind of mentally putting it off, but I guess now you're it's time to come in and focus on that. Did you ever? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, it's hard to go through the holiday season. I didn't even get my official paperwork saying that I was, from the court, signed, dated my letters until the 17th of December. And then, that's the week the kids are out of school, so it's just kind of been, on the back burner until I can actually put my feet to the fire and sit down and focus on it.
Right.
So I feel like now is a good time, especially because you know how expensive it is to try and pay for all the bills that are still ongoing while, having an empty house in a state that I don't live in. So.
Right. Yeah, definitely very challenging. As far as the, I think you mentioned foreclosure in your text.
Yes.
I mean, unless it's really behind, that probably shouldn't be an issue. I mean, I think maybe originally when we talked, I could get you a cash advance, but they're pretty expensive. I mean, they're like a credit card loan. So
Right.
I only say, use those in extreme emergencies.
Well, I'm hoping, I had sent out two different letters of my successor of interest, and they kept denying me because I didn't have the official letter from the probate court. And then they sold the loan to a new company. So when I called them, and now that I have the letter, I was able to send it in. So I don't feel like they're going to foreclose on it now, but I just want to be ahead of it so that they don't. Like, I just want to try and stay as far ahead of the game and have all my ducks in a row. So
Right. Okay.
that's why I mentioned that.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Well, I'm glad you did. I mean, if they did start foreclosure proceedings, which again doesn't sound likely, but then you could tell them we're in the process of moving forward, getting the home sold. Yep. So yeah. So yep. I'm sure.
Exactly. I feel like as long as I communicate with them, typically I feel like they're a lot more flexible. Like they know something's going to be done with the home, and so that's why I feel like it's best for me to just have that open line of communication with them so that they know what's going on.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have a short sale going on right now, and exactly that's the best thing to do.
They just want their money back.
Yeah. I mean, not a huge fan of banks, but I guess if I was in their shoes, I would probably feel the same. Hopefully with some empathy that under the circumstance. But Jennifer, did I get the address from you?
I can't remember. I can tell you where it is. And I did get your book, so thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. And sorry I didn't follow up with you more.
It's a hard time here.
Well, I was away, but otherwise I would have called you probably a couple times just to say hello. But I'm glad you enjoyed the book. Excuse me.
Yes, thank you.
But so the address is, what is the address again? Normally I have that, but okay.
It's an older house. 89002. My dad, unfortunately, he was an addict, and so the house has had some damage done to the inside, and it's obviously got potential to be fixed up and sold and all the things. It's just not. I didn't have a lot to do with it because with him being an addict, and that's not something that I needed in my life. There was just a lot of distance there. So when he passed, I just kind of feel like I need to finish this part of his chapter and move on.
Right. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it sounds like you've had some challenges. I think I told you about my mom, and it's obviously not easy having a parent that's not right with the world to keep us on track, and so we can be the best we can. But maybe it makes us stronger.
I think that builds up that resilience in my character. Some people I just don't think were fit to be on this earth.
Yeah.
They just weren't.
Right.
And that sucks for them. But so when you go through his addiction and stuff, there were things that we sold and damage to the home. I actually have one of his dogs because he used to use them as target practice with knives. Ooh. So there's a bunch of damage to the drywall inside the home, and so it's definitely gonna need somebody that's willing to either. That's originally I was gonna look for like a flipper or somebody that knows that they're gonna have to come in and do work on the home. So
right, okay. Well, I guess
I just want to be transparent.
No, and that's fine. I mean, I think I told you, but I'm not sure. But I buy houses also. So I guess I would just make you an offer, and I guess we'll see if you're okay with it or how you feel about it. If you don't like the offer I make you, then we could also put it on the market and see if we could get a better offer from other investors out there in the marketplace. Seems like that's probably the most logical and best route.
It's a great home. I mean, back when it was taken care of, it was a great home. I mean, it's got a big pool already out there. It needs to be fixed up.
Okay.
I think they did do an addition to the garage that was not permitted, so I would need to go in and tear that apart, I believe, before I could sell it, if I'm remembering that correctly. But
Right.
it should be easy enough to do because it's they basically don't have a garage at the moment because that's when they built a room in there. But I can
Gotcha.
tear that down, no problem.
Okay, so the room's kind of like makeshift. It's not.
No, yeah, it's a makeshift.
Gotcha. Okay. Is it possible for me to get into the home, Jennifer?
Yeah, so my girlfriend, one of my friends that still lives there, she has a set of keys for the home.
Okay. And
then the neighbor also has a set of keys for the home. So there's potential, like, I can, we can, schedule something or figure something out to where we can get you those keys. That's no problem.
okay, perfect. Or someone could meet me there. Either way.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if I can get over there tomorrow or the next day, whenever it's convenient for your friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll shoot her a message and see what she says. And then that way you can get in, take a look. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to see.
Thankfully it's clean.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, that's good. And no, there's a buyer for every home, and no home is, generally, I shouldn't say no home, but very few homes are beyond, being able to be repaired and fixed up and resold to somebody who's going to love them.
My dad's kind of what I could do. He would do seances in his backyard with Marilyn Manson chicks. At least that's what he told me. So, he could be a little extreme.
Right. All right.
When he was on his drug.
Yeah. It's crazy. I sold my house at the beginning of the pandemic because I thought the market was going to crash. So I moved into one of my clients, they bought a 2-bedroom condo for me. So I'm thinking this is it looks like a decent area.
I love that area. I went to school down there. I went to Foothill over there, which back in the day, I don't know how school is now, but that was that was a new school when I went to school. I'm getting old. Oh,
right. Well, we all are. But anyway, yeah, so I moved into this condo and there was a meth head in there. And this guy was he'd be howling at the moon. He'd be screaming at the top of his lungs, slamming his door. I was like, oh my God. I had never lived by somebody who was doing that. And that was pretty shocking. But,
my dad used to stand on the roof and stare at the sun and yell when he was hot. I mean, it was bizarre.
Yeah.
For sure. Thankfully, it's very clean still. It's just going to need a lot of cosmetic love.
Yeah. And that's fine. I mean, basically, like I said, that's what I do quite often. I mean, basically, I just want to offer the people I work with either service, to be able to list it or to be able to buy it, whatever is easier for them. But
I just like to be as transparent as you can tell. I'm a very honest person, so I like to be transparent. I've had thousands of calls from people that want, to take a crack at the house, and the call I had with you was very genuine, so that's why I figured I would reach back out with you and, go from there. Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
I wasn't planning on needing to go through this process. I know that I did chat with my lawyer, my probate lawyer, and she said for me to have you go ahead and call her as well.
Okay.
I guess she wanted to chat with whoever we decided to deal with when it comes to selling the property. I don't know what about, but I think she said something about making sure we do certain things in the documents and the paperwork and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you want to list it as a probate home. If we listed it, we need to know if we're going to have to go back to court so they can approve the offer. So there's certain things, and she probably also wants to just make sure I'm familiar with probate because,
yes,
like you said, there's a ton of new people out there that have never gone through the probate process, and not saying they can't make it through, but it's a lot more trying to work with somebody who's never been through it.
I feel like I'm pretty intelligent, and I'm struggling to navigate through this myself. So
right. Well, unfortunately, I think it's intentional too. Anytime somebody can make you jump through more hoops than they can justify what they're doing. But anyway, that's a story for another time. But Jennifer, as far as the home, do you know if you're well? Obviously, you still have a mortgage on the property
Yes.
that you were talking about.
Yes. So I'm a little confused when he had Bank of America, the mortgage on that Bank of America account. When I looked at it, so when he passed in July, I went out there to get all his documents, obviously, and it was at 220. So not terrible, because he's obviously been paying on it for a long time. Then then the bank sold it to this new company called Shellpoint.
Okay.
And when I looked at the statement, it only says it's 140 is what's owed on the statement. So I don't know what happened to this. I think there might have been a secondary loan on it. So I don't know what happened to that. And nobody at Bank of America would talk to me because I didn't have the document saying that I was the executive.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess probably a good idea to get on the phone with them or the new mortgage company.
Yeah, that's who I got on the phone with. I sent the email with all the documents they said they needed: the death certificate, my driver's license, the account, and my document saying that I'm the executor of the estate.
Gotcha. Okay. And the reason I ask is because obviously, if being the condition of the house, whether it be me or somebody else, I mean, anybody who's going to try to buy the house is more than likely going to want to give you under market value to a certain extent.
I definitely get that. My goal with the home would obviously be to sell it reasonable. It's always nice to turn a little bit of profit when you're selling something, but at the same time, we know the condition of the home.
Right. So. Well, yeah. I mean, it sounds like. I mean, I'll do the analysis, especially after I see the home. But it sounds like you should make some profit. And again, I'm happy that you will probably do fairly well. I mean, again, it sounds like your dad's put you through a lot. So
My main thing, honestly, it would be to just pay off my kiddo's debt. The hospital bills are very expensive when you have a child with something like that. So that's why I laugh. I'm like, it would be nice to be able to, I've never been thinking I benefit from anything from my father, but it would be nice, in all honesty, to be able to pay for his medical expenses. Thank goodness we have great insurance, but when it's a 3-year treatment plan or 2.5-year treatment plan, or your deductible first hospital visit, 6 days, his very first days were $156,000. So it's thankful he's got a good deductible, so we don't have to pay that much, but they add up.
Right. Well, and again, it sounds like your father kind of went off the deep end, but I'm sure when he was more sane and sober, he would, want to pass down a blessing of giving you some money for whatever purpose you're going to use it for. So,
sure.
Yeah, but again, it sounds like you're okay there. Like I said, I'm doing a short sale with another client. So right before her son passed, he refinanced the house. So, I guess he got the money, and then the girlfriend sounds like she probably walked with most of it. And then, the mother's kind of stuck holding the bag to close out the estate. But I'm glad you're in a better position than that.
Oh, I don't know about that. See, my dad, I need to figure it out. I'm navigating a lot of hoops right now. There's a lot of things out there, skeletons in the closet. He has, I think, like $170,000 in taxes that he didn't pay. So I'm hoping down the road I can obviously either negotiate with them. His ex-wife is trying to come for the house for like $80,000. So
okay. And what did your attorney say about the ex-wife? I mean,
so we just denied that claim. She did it on her own. I guess during their divorce 10 years ago or whatever, she was supposed to get $40,000, and he only paid her $4,000. So she was trying to claim $36,000, which is fine. But then she tried tacking on 20% interest, and somehow she came up with a number of $88,000.
Gotcha.
Which doesn't make sense. Regardless, the lawyer did put in like a claim, like I signed off on the 17th that I do not owe her, like that he doesn't owe her that money, or that a creditor's denial, I guess. And then that would put the ball back in her court to where she would have to hire a lawyer and go through the process. So
Right. Okay. Which, who knows? But it probably will not happen. It sounds like. But
I hope not. I kind of scared her off a little bit when she called because I don't have a relationship with her either. And I scared her off a little bit when I reminded her that they were claiming their taxes, I think, jointly, and that he owes $170,000 in taxes. So
right.
she should be careful.
Right. Yeah, you might get more than you're bargaining for.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. So,
Right. Okay. But so Jennifer, when do you think I might be able to get into the home?
Let me reach out to, like I said, either the neighbor can let you in, or my friend can let you in. I know she has a doctor's appointment tomorrow, especially the beginning of the Eve. I'm sure people are kind of busy right now.
Mm-hmm.
But let me see if I can reach out to them for New Year's the day after. So maybe not tomorrow, but the day after, and see what they can do.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, obviously, if they're tied up, I completely understand. As far as the attorney, I mean, would it be okay if I reached out to?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I can give you her information if you want. I can just text it to you if it's easier that way, or would you like it over the phone?
Yeah, go ahead and give it to me.
Okay, let me up here. Sorry. So I'm happy with her, but
Right.
she's feisty, just the way I like them.
Okay. Hey, you want somebody who's willing to fight and wants to fight on your behalf if she needs to.
Yep, exactly. So, I like that feistiness she's got.
Hey.
But yeah, feel free to give her a call, and then she can tell you where she's at in the process and stuff or whatever you need. But
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So you want to just text me when you have a time and date?
I'll reach out to them and see what I can figure out.
Okay. And if they're okay, if you want to text me their number, then I'll reach out to them and we can just make arrangements.
Perfect.
Between us.
Let them know and we'll go from there.
All right, Jennifer. Any other questions right now?
No, not at the moment. Like I think we're on the same page. I don't have any sentimental value to the home. I'm willing to. I haven't cleaned it out yet, but there's not a lot in there.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, it sounds like you're gonna need a cash buyer. So if I buy it, then I'll just clean out the home. You don't have to worry about the room in the garage or any of the other stuff. Okay. Essentially, just before we close, obviously, if there's any items that you want to keep, then you want to remove those. But after we close, I'll probably even get you to sign something that just says I have the ability to remove all items out of the home.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, just so we know that you don't want any of the items that you are leaving them behind. But you don't have to clean any of that stuff out.
Okay, well, I'll probably come back into town at least one time here soon, just to make sure there's nothing. I still have his vehicles. I got to figure out what to do with. He's only got 2 vehicles, and they're very old and very trashed. So I got to sell those 2.
Right. Yeah. I just actually the same lady I just told you about with the short sale.
Mm-hmm.
I referred a car buyer to her, but she had a RAV4. I don't know, it was like a 2012 or something like that. It was not in terrible shape. It ran okay. So I don't know if this buyer would want cars if they're not running.
Yes, that's the problem right now. Is I don't have any. I don't know the condition of his truck. It's an older truck, but the inside condition is good. It's just not running, so I need to try and stick a battery in it. See if I can have a mechanic look at it or something. But
Gotcha.
There was really nothing I could do until I got the information that I was finally finalized in probate because I couldn't sell it because I wouldn't be able to sell it. So.
Right. Okay. But so you think the one vehicle more than likely you could get it running again, and then the other one is maybe just going to go to somebody who buys cars that are broken down.
Yeah, I feel like so. The other one is not in very good shape. The inside is all busted up. The panels are all busted up. Almost looks like he was hot wiring it to start. And then the truck. I love the truck. I think it's a great older vehicle. And it's in good condition. I'm told it just needs a new battery. But gotcha. I didn't want to put a new battery in it and then leave, come back to Colorado for months, and then die again. So
Right. Okay.
cut it off to even figure it out. Especially
Yeah.
because it was so sudden. So
Right. Okay. Yeah, and I'm just trying to. I mean, let me see if I can find somebody to help you. I would actually, and again, it's funny. The son had the car. Just we just talked about. So I towed that, and then I had a past client where I helped her get a new battery with AAA. I just used my AAA to get the new battery, but my car just broke down recently, so I've used up all my AAA.
definitely.
Yeah, I used up all my AAA service for the year. But yeah, let me see if I can find you somebody who might be able to get over there and put a battery in the car.
Okay, no problem. I appreciate it. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, and just trying to work through the process.
Right, I understand, but please rest assured that I will get you through the process, and hopefully we'll make it easier than you suspected it would be.
Yeah, I mean, you sound great and flexible to work with, so I'm excited to kind of get this knocked off of my plate, one less thing to deal with, and come back to my reality.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Jennifer. Let's see. Car, battery. Yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because my car is just getting towed down to Jim Marsh Jeep, probably would be best if you actually gave me, whomever I'm going to meet's number.
Okay.
And yeah, because that'll be my next thing I'm going to do tomorrow. I'll get a rental car.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but just
Jeeps?
What's that? Yeah, I know.
Jeeps?
It's not. It's been decent, except for the recalls at the beginning when I first bought it.
Okay.
But somebody else said, the same thing, that they think Jeeps are.
My husband has a Jeep. This is his second or third. This is his third Jeep. I just can't stand them.
Okay, but he likes them so much that he keeps buying them.
Yes. And I'm an Infinity girl, so I'll just stick with that.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
a lover of Jeeps.
Yeah, I mean, I do like my Cherokee.
That's what he has. He has a Cherokee.
Yeah, whether I'm gonna, I mean, it's starting to get old now. It's it's 10 years old. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, my buddy who likes really nice cars. He's like, oh, it's time to buy a new car. I'm like, maybe.
I know. I love a new car, but
Yeah.
payments.
Right. Well, that's why I don't, because like I said, I'd like to put my money into real estate generally. I'm so frugal that I forget to live a little bit, but I have the money. It's not like I can't afford it. So I gotta stop being so frugal with myself.
Life's too short.
Yeah.
You gotta spend that money.
Right. Exactly. If you have it, right? I mean, yeah. And it wouldn't. It's not like it would. Hamper my lifestyle or anything. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird people's relationship with money. But yeah, I think I will at least look at new cars and we'll see what happens. But all right.
Well, good luck. Hopefully that gets settled out pretty quickly.
Yeah. And so, again, thank God I work hard and I have the money, and it's
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just like it's never that bad if you're like, okay, I can write the check and take care of it. So
absolutely.
Yeah, it's just a bump in the road, as they say.
Got it.
All right, Jennifer.
I'll reach out to those friends and then I'll ask them if it's okay to give you their number. They should be fine with it, but I just like to ask anyways, and then I will let you know.
All right, perfect. And I'll reach out to your attorney. You want me to call you after I speak to her, or would you just prefer I text you?
It doesn't matter. Whichever way is easiest for you. It's fine with me.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm flexible. That's the perks of being a stay-at-home mom.
Right. Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, I'll reach out to you tomorrow and let you know, the highlights of that conversation.
Perfect. Awesome. I really appreciate your help, and thankful that you're willing to help me out with this.
Yeah. It's my pleasure. Like I said, I always tell everybody the only thing harder than a tough job or a hard job is not having anything to do. And, so no job is, beneath me or too hard. And, again, I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And I guess we'll be in touch.
All right. Yep. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
All right. Good night. Bye-bye. So that was a follow-up call, a little bit on the long side, but you know, again, rapport is job number one, and then you got to get the details about the house. I mean, this looks like a great opportunity for myself. I'm definitely shifting to buying more homes and rehabbing them and fixing them up. You might have saw I grimaced when she said she had a pool at the house, because that's not my favorite thing. I would prefer if the home didn't have a pool, but you know, we take them as they come, and the first and foremost, we get a good deal, so we know we can rehab the home and sell it for a profit, obviously. And you know, again, when you connect deeply with somebody, then this business becomes actually very easy. I think you probably heard Jennifer say that she had tons of people calling her, and she thought I was the most sincere. And that actually really makes me feel good, because I am sincere and I do want to help people, and I'm glad that came through. Because I think what we need in this world more is more connection, more people caring about one another. Maybe that's hokey, but that's absolutely how I believe. We need to be the change we see in the world, and that's what I try to do every day. So thank you for watching. Like this video if you got value out of it. First rule of probate is don't expect anything for free. So if you got value, please hit that like button. If you want some help in your business in the coming year, let me know. I'm happy to help you. We'll move at your pace, and we'll get you moving forward in a powerful way and explode your probate real estate career. Again, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I'll see you on the next video. Again, my name is Ken Blumberg with Making Probate Easy, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.